Well, well. The New York Times just ruined Donald Trump's Monday, and the rest of the week ain't looking good either. Welcome back to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. For all his bluster, executive orders, and pardons in his first week in office, and people are still really ticked off about the pardons, Donald Trump's second week in his return to the White House is shaping up very differently. Earlier today, we reported that the Washington Post broke news regarding Trump's plan to raise or abolish the debt ceiling. For more information, check out our other videos. Relevant to this conversation, however, was the growing rift between Trump's policies and Republican lawmakers. It looks like Trump will need votes from the Democrats for some of his legislation to move forward. That makes this New York Times barb all the more sharp. As you will no doubt remember, Trump has made traditional Republicans, that is, those beholden to major corporations and plutocrats, a bit queasy on the campaign trail last year. No, it wasn't when he said he would pardon January 6th insurrectionists, which he made good on that promise last week. It wasn't even when he started talking about annexing Greenland or the Panama Canal. Conventional wisdom holds that Trump's desire to do both is complete folly. No, what scared Trump's fellow Republicans was one magic word: tariffs. Throughout the 2024 campaign, Trump went on the stump favoring tariffs on goods from foreign nations. Remember this?
This is the policy that will save our country.
He's proposing a 60% tariff on everything from China and a 10 or even 20% on every import from every other country.
Countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world.
Multiple independent studies looked at the possible effects. One found it would cost the average American household $1,700 from higher prices. Another found it could cost more than 684,000 jobs. And they don't factor in how domestic goods might get more expensive, or retaliatory tariffs from other countries.
Economists have warned that tariffs would further raise the cost of everyday goods, essentially demanding consumers pay more. And Trump, of course, ran on a campaign promising to lower prices on his first day in office. Of course, in his first week, he didn't manage to get there. Trump continues to tout tariffs as a means of increasing U.S. wealth and as a means of leveraging other nations. Earlier today, Trump dropped a proposed plan to add a 25% tariff to imports from the nation of Colombia. He had proposed the tariff as a penalty after Colombia blocked a flood of deportations of illegal immigrants from the United States. But that doesn't mean Trump has soured on tariffs altogether. And for the record, the president does have the power to impose tariffs on imported goods without congressional approval. That has free trade-loving Republicans already sweating on Capitol Hill. Now, according to the New York Times, Trump's obsession with tariffs may cost him personally. The New York Times now reports that following closed-door meetings among Republican lawmakers, key members of the party have said they will not support some of Trump's agenda. That includes Senator Rand Paul. Emerging from a closed-door meeting earlier today, Senator Paul said, quote, "I still don't think tariffs are a good idea. International trade has made the entire world incredibly prosperous, and if you look at GDP per capita over the last 70 years, it's a hockey stick going straight up. I think trade is a good thing, and international trade is a great thing, and it makes everybody richer," end quote. Paul has been critical of tariffs in the past for similar reasons. Worse, Trump's attempt at cutting the corporate tax rate has also run him afoul with other Republicans. Senator Tom Tillis today blasted Trump's proposal to lower the corporate tax rate to 15%. At the moment, the corporate tax rate is 21%. Tillis, a member of the Senate Finance Committee, said, quote, "I think it digs us in a deeper hole. I'm sympathetic to it, but arguably, if I think we were at a percentage point or two more, we'd be okay and we'd have less of a revenue problem," end quote. Given the widening divides between Trump's proposed policy changes and key Republican lawmakers, the future isn't looking rosy for the orange-colored commander-in-chief. Democrats have already signaled that they oppose his tariff and lower tax proposals, so it's unlikely that Trump could turn to bipartisan support to get his new legislation passed. So, where does that leave Trump, and for that matter, the American people? At a critical juncture. Trump may try to bully GOP congressmen to support his plans, a tactic that has shown some success in the past. Still, given the slim GOP majorities in the Senate and House, if Trump loses even a few votes, it will doom his prospects. If Congress does pass similar legislation, they might get Trump to sign off too, even if it's not exactly what he had in mind. More likely, however, at least for the moment, it looks like Trump is headed toward a lame duck presidency where neither he nor the GOP-led Congress can get anything done. The longer this chasm between the president and members of his own party exists, the further it will widen. A Republican civil war could be imminent. In that event, it's up to Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and the rest of the Democrats to sit back and watch them fight it out. Such a conflict would also give Democrats a unique position. For anything to get done, Trump or Mike Johnson in the House and John Thune in the Senate will have to strike a deal with the Democrats. There's an opening here for the Democrats to exert power again and push back against the radical Trump agenda. And there's an opening to push Trump's agenda off of a cliff. Count on Occupy Democrats to have more on this story as it develops. I'm David Reddish.